Hi, my name is Jonathan Grandois, 22-year-old young man trying to live the American dream. I guess at one point in life we kind of know that you don't have the best of life of everybody else. You weren't made. God didn't give you that life. And me and my dad, it wasn't good. But my dad was punching me and like kicking me, and this was been going on for years since I was 5 years old. At the age of, I say 12 years old, I officially entered the foster care system. One of my biggest fears of going into foster care when I was young is not having somebody when I'm older, just in case if anything happens, and I actually fell into that situation.
You know, every year in the Commonwealth, at least 600 to 700 young people turn 18 and age out of the foster care system in this state. The data shows they're at very high risk of incarceration. They're at very high risk of unemployment, very high risk of homelessness.
I aged out of foster care, unable to find housing at that minute, so I'm considered homeless. And I ended up falling into living with my grandmother. Now I'm to the point where I can say I'm homeless, and it's the scariest thing. Because if my grandma's 87 years old, at any time she can go. I'm only 22, and it's just a lot, so.
You know, I think back to when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, and I think about all the support that I had at that age. And then I think to myself, what if suddenly all of that support were gone? I would have been lost. I would have had so much trouble just figuring out some of the basic things in life about how do you get the utilities turned on in an apartment? How do you find a job? How do you open a bank account?
Hey, trust me, I know how life is. Trust me, life ain't fun. This world is scary. It's very scary. And I felt like I was just thrown into it and just say survive. And I guess I'm doing my best to survive, but.
A lot of them at 18 are forced to be on their own and find an apartment, find a shelter to live in, and that can be very scary.
I felt very depressed. Actually, at one point in time, I did think of suicide. And that's when I actually Googled youth villages, and they've been assisting me since then.
So right now, Jonathan and I have been working on finding him a full-time job, and then after that, finding him stable housing. We started to work on budgeting a little bit, talking about some of his debts that he may have and how he can help manage that. We talked about transportation, how he is going to get to and from all his appointments.
Housing, education piece. She's on me in regards to going to school, college, taking my classes, therapy, which I resisted taking therapy, but I realized maybe taking therapy might help.
So I've taught him how to call the therapist, how to make the intake, how to get to therapy. We've done basic job searching skills, updated his resume. Jonathan is awesome. He has a lot of networking skills and people skills, but we touched up some of the other employment skills.
Kelly being Kelly, I guess. I don't know, her heart is just where her heart is. And being an emotional support. My grandmother got sick, and Kelly was the first person I thought of to call.
They can call at any point. We have coverage 24/7, so the young adults is a big support.
Because of transitional living, I was able to reevaluate my decisions. But if you don't want to help yourself, you can't go anywhere. So I want to help myself, and I know a lot of kids that are in my situation want to help themselves. Like they want to go to college and they want to be able to do better things in life.
Every one of those young people needs the chance to be able to make a successful transition into adulthood.
Because a lot of the young adults that we work with, they really don't have any other supports past when they turn 18. A lot of these young adults often come into our program feeling hopeless, and so I think part of our role is to show them that adulthood doesn't have to be scary. It can be fun and exciting and a chance for new opportunities for them. And so definitely our program makes their transition to being on their own a lot easier for a lot of these young adults.
The outcomes that we've collected on helping young adults show that if we can provide that intensive support to a young person to help them make that transition from aging out of state care into adulthood, they have a great chance of being successful.
Without transitional living, I don't know if I'll Jonathan Grandol would be facing you, interviewing with you, and facing this camera, because I didn't think I was gonna keep my life. I didn't want to be homeless. That's scary. 22 years old being homeless. I didn't feel like that anymore. I didn't feel like I needed to take my life because I had a lot more to live. You're not just left in the world by yourself and just looking around and just wondering what's next. And it's just a beautiful thing. It's just, I don't know, it puts a smile on my face, because someone that was depressed, and I'm like, I can smile. So it feels good. I don't know what makes me special, but I feel special at Youth Villages, and I don't know, it makes me feel, it feels good. Yeah, it feels good.
2 months after filming, Jonathan's grandmother passed away. While he misses her every day, he is determined to stay on track. Jonathan is attending college and lives on campus with other students. Youth Village's outcomes show we can change the trajectory for young people aging out of state care. This social problem is solvable. And by partnering with states and donors from across the country, Youth Villages is radically improving services for young adults like Jonathan. Won't you join us in making sure these young people never become lost at 18?